Fiance called off wedding, now focus is on my reaction. Hello. So long complicated story short, my 28F partner, 29M, have been together a little over 5 years. 2 months before our wedding he has a mental breakdown due to life surrounding an injury weighing on him and calls off our wedding and takes back my engagement ring. The first 2 weeks were the worst. And then I went and visited my family for about a month to clear my head. Ever since I've been back, early October, our roles have been swapped and apparently now all of this is my fault for now being accepting of his affection. He claims he's trying to resolve our issues and my sadness, resentment is what's holding us back. I still don't have my ring back. I also finally mustered up the balls to ask for it back, so at least I know he's serious about repairing the relationship. He has said no about 20 times. I feel like a dog being given commands, and if I don't complete them in a timely fashion I don't get my treat. I'm at a point where I feel completely split. Half of me wants to just wipe my hands clean and move on, and the other half of me is desperate to not let go. I love him so much, but the last few months have been agonizing. I don't know what to do. I can't imagine my life without him. I should mention he's also refusing couples counseling until I go to therapy alone, because apparently that's what his therapist recommended. He claims my reaction to this whole mess is basically out of control and I should be more emotionally mature and react with kindness and understanding. I'll admit I've gone off the rails a few times, but I am genuinely trying my best to get through this. TLDR. Partner called off wedding but wants to still be together. Now it's my fault he won't give me my ring back. Emo, you should start individual therapy. But not to appease him or repair the relationship. He is continuing to destroy that. You should probably start therapy to process your own feelings regarding the potential end of this relationship. Getting cold feet can happen, and maybe he reacted poorly. But the issue is how he is treating you now, coupled with how he ended the engagement. He is stringing you along and not acknowledging how you felt when he left the way he did. He is either hiding from feelings of guilt by putting it on you, or he's a narcissistic awe. Either way, it doesn't look good for him. He is so focused on you being eternally supportive for this mess up on his end. I don't think he'd ever show any empathy for you. Is that the kind of relationship you want for the next 1020 years? Also, I think him saying that his therapist said you should start therapy before couples therapy is being taken out of context by him. He's using that as a weapon now. Also, the whole counseling thing, remember it's his information that he's feeding to his counselor. Secondly, you don't even know if what he's telling you is what the counselor said. Again, dump him and move on. Your inclination to wipe your hands of all of this mess is probably the best option. What he is saying about counseling doesn't make sense. Typically, if you go to couples counseling and the couples counselor feels that you need individual sessions, they will say that at the time. Sounds to me like he's trying to do an end run around any responsibility on his end. Move on from him. He is not relationship material. He breaks up with you, blamed you, and you're sort of you're writing a post about accepting it. Dump him, just move on. I will say one thing. Therapists sometimes recommend you not to go to counseling with your partner if they feel one of you is abusive. This is so you can grow individually, and not with your abuser in the room. The behaviors you're describing sound somewhat abusive on his part. Blaming you for him calling off the wedding. Gaslighting you into taking responsibility for his calling off the wedding. My take is that the therapist may have suggested you need therapy singularly, so a therapist can work through why you feel compelled to stay with a man who treats you, by your own words, like a dog. Your partner's counselor is not an authority on you, and has no way to make informed or useful recommendations. The good news is, you got a preview of what your ex-fiancé is like when facing adversity before becoming fully legally entangled to him. And you've seen now that you two are not a team. Something about your couple dynamic won't go the distance. And it sounds like he lacks any sense of accountability to you. Break it off for good. Block him, his friends, his family. And do what you need to in order to mourn the loss of a dream and a relationship. May 2023 be a year in which the people who are privileged to be in your life are consistently kind to you. Go to individual therapy. Your therapist would probably tell you rethink the relationship. Extricate yourself from that mess. No offense, but why are you in this relationship if you're unhappy? Ma'am, please remove yourself from this mess because this dude doesn't seem like the person who you should spend time with if you want your mental health to remain intact. You shouldn't have to beg for the ring back because WTF. Please don't marry him. What a coward he is. He's too scared to just break it off, so he's putting you through this. That way, he makes you look like the villain who refused to support him. The relationship is over. The ring is not going back on your finger. Wipe it clean. He's done and you should move on with dignity at this point. So where is his kindness and understanding? After 5 years together, he cancels your wedding and takes away your engagement ring and refuses to give it back. I think it's time for you to end this charade and just move on without him. He is doing emotional blackmail instead of being a supportive and loving partner. Sadly, he is toxic. It is time to wash your hands of him. Why would you ask for the ring back? An engagement ring signifies that the couple is going to get married. But he already said he does not want to do that. Let him go. Whatever is going on with him is not something you can fix. Let him and his ring go. Not getting married to him is a blessing in disguise. You are none of the counselor's business. Are we sure the counselor really said that? I would tell the BF to get his act together. Until that happens, you are going to live your life and he won't be part of it. At this point, he can't sustain a relationship with anyone. Set yourself free. End it completely. Grab a couple friends and get all your stuff. Move on with your life. He sounds like an ass. Block him. No one gets a free pass on blaming others for their problems. I bet the dude cheated. Edit to add. Therapy would be okay. I just think you are responding to this properly. He is making it worse and you'll be a lot better if he isn't in your life. He needs therapy. Shay needs to be the one to apologize. Move on. He breaks the engagement and calls of the wedding. In other words, end the whole relationship and then complains that you weren't understanding enough. Your life was also in pieces because of his action. Your planned future gone. But all he sees is me. Me. He wants that you first go to therapy before he even thinks about couple counseling. He should be grateful and kissing your feet for giving him another chance and not making demands. He clearly doesn't care about the relationship. He doesn't care about you. While I think therapy may help you to overcome the breakup, you should not invest any more in this man or the hope to fix the relationship. When he called everything off and didn't even try active to solve it, he clearly showed you that the relationship is over for him. You deserve so much better. I wish you the best, heart. Why? And I mean this respectfully. Are you still with him? If my fiance canceled our engagement and wedding without a valid excuse, my bags would be packed and I would be out of there so fast I don't need to be told no more than once. I am sorry this happened, especially so close to the wedding, but it may be a blessing in disguise. I would refuse to continue to live together since he can't make up his mind and move on to therapy. For your own well-being, just be glad this happened before the marriage and before any children were produced. I would also suggest that he seek therapy too.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.